Page 91 from MULTIPLES book, multiple choice questions. Look at with me about question number 1. Choose the correct answer. The absolute value of negative 7 greater than space. We can find absolute value of negative 6, it will be 6. Absolute value of negative 7 will be 7. Absolute value of negative 8, it will be equal 8. Absolute value of negative 9, it will be 9. Then the result about absolute value of negative 7 it will be 7. 7 is greater than what? Greater than 6. Choose letter what? Choose letter A about this question. Question number 1. Question number 2. The absolute value of negative 1 and 34/100th is less than space. We must find the result about this number. The absolute value of this number, it will be 1.34. It less than what? We want to find the greatest numbers from choosing A or B or C or D. We have here 1.34 is less than 1.4. Choose letter A. 1.4 is greater than 1.34. Comparing between two numbers here by left hand side, we have 1 equal 1 and 3 less than 4. Choose letter E. Question number 3. Absolute value of negative 3 over 1 over 4 and 3 and 12/100th. Who can tell me? We know the absolute value of this number, it will be positive. 3 and 4th, we know 4th, it will be 25/100th. Which greater, 3 and 12/100th or 3 and 25/100th? This number is greater than this number. Okay. Question number 4. The absolute values of the opposite are different or equal or negative. We know the absolute value of a number are equal what? Equal positive. The absolute value of opposites are space are equal. Such that what? Look at here. Negative 3. Absolute value about this number, it will be 3. You want to find the absolute value of opposites are, well, 2 are equal to what? The new number. Again, the absolute values of opposites are equal. Okay. Again, what about the absolute values of opposites? Such that we have negative 5 and 5. 5 and negative 5, we called it opposites. The absolute value of the opposites here, it will be equal because the absolute value of negative 5 will be equal the absolute value of 5. The result here will be equal 5 and the result here equal 5. Then the absolute values of opposites are equal. Any opposites, it will be equal, okay? Okay. Question number 5. A negative number with an absolute value greater than 10 is what? Which number? If you get the absolute value the result will be greater than 10. It will be negative 12. Question number 5. Choose letter D because the absolute value of negative 12, it will be what? 12. And 12 is greater than 10. In this example, you want to find what? A negative number with an absolute value greater than 10. It will be what? It will be negative 12 because the absolute value of this number, it will be 12 greater than 10. Understood? Question number 6. Absolute value of negative 10 plus absolute value of negative 2 or absolute value of 20 subtract absolute value of negative 10. Which greater? We can find the result about each one here. Absolute value of negative 10, it will be 10. Absolute value about negative 2 would be 2. 10 plus 2 equal 12. And here absolute value it will be 10. Subtract here 10, the result will be 10. then 12 is greater than 10. Choose about question number 6. Choose letter A. Question 7. Absolute value of negative 2 and 4 divided by absolute value of half. In this example, we can find the result. It will be positive. 4 here. 2 times 4 equal 8. 8 plus 1 equal 9. Divided by absolute value of half, it will be half. Then 9 over 4. Multiplication by 1 over 2, it will be 2 over 1. And then you can simplify it. 2 divided by 2 equal 1. And 4 divided by 2 equal 2. Okay, 2 divided by 2 equal 1. 4 divided by 2 equal 2. Then 1 times 9 equal 9. 1 times 2 equal 2. The result will be 9 over 2. You can simplify it. Convert from improper to mixed number. Because the numerator here is greater than the denominator. We can write 2 in numerator. And 9 divided by 2 equal 4. And the remainder 1. The result will be 4 and half. Choose letter B about question number 7. Question 8. Absolute value of negative 4 plus 2 and third. He must find the result adding two numbers here. Result here, absolute value will be 4. Absolute value here, it will be 1 over 3 and 2. 2 and 1 over 3. We can add them. 4 plus 2 equals 6 and write 1 over 3 behind it. The result will be 6 and 1 over 3. Question 8. Choose letter B. Question number 9. Absolute value of x and negative 1. X here, it's meaning in the numbers. In numbers, if we get the absolute value of it, it will be positive. Any number positive will be greater than negative 1. Question number 9. X here refers to any number, positive or negative. Okay, the absolute value of it, it will be positive. The sign about the result here, positive. Any number positive, it's meaning greater than 0. It will be greater than negative 1. Question number 9, choose letter A. Question number 10. Absolute value of 2 multiplication absolute value of negative 2. The result here will be 2, and absolute value of negative 2 equal 2. The result will be equal 4. Question 10. Choose letter B. Question 11. The distance between 10 and absolute value of negative 10. It's meaning what? The difference between first number and second number. The second here, the result will be 10. Absolute value of negative 10, it will be 10. The distance between them, 10 and 10, it will be equal 0. So the distance will be 0 units. Question number 11, choose letter C. 0. Okay, the distance between 10 and absolute value of negative 10, it will be what? It will be 0. Okay, question 12. The absolute value of the opposite of negative 2 and 1 over 5. You know, the opposite of negative 2 and 1 over 5, the opposite will be 2 and 1 over 5. Then the absolute value about the opposite of this number, it will be the same number. The result will be 2 and 1 over 5. Choose letter D about question number 12.